go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Masters Fantasy Show, brought to you by MastersFantasyFootballLeagues.com. As always, I got the Masters crew with me. Dynasty Al, what's up? How you doing today?
Doing great.
Good to hear it. Right before we jump into today's show, if you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. If you look for our place, play Dynasty Football. We got over 600 leagues. Never folded a single one. Never intend to. With that said, let's jump into today's show. We're going to be doing quarterback review of our most recent redraft league. This last Sunday. We're just going to hop in here, take a look at the quarterbacks, take a look at what's happening in some of these redraft leagues. And I always say ADPs are cool, man, but show me what's really happening in some money leagues, which is exactly what we plan to show you guys and take a look at. With that said, Dynasty, I'll pass this over to you.
Sure.
Anything stick out here at the top of the draft board?
So at the first few, not really think you make a case with all of it. I think where the biggest head scratch for me is Kyler Murray falling all the way, below Trevor Lawrence. And I think you could make a case for Kyler. You can make a case for him as the first quarterback off the board. He was on that pace for a while last year. So Kyler just seemed to slip a lot for me. I do think you can make a good argument for all the guys in front of him. Trevor Lawrence still hasn't played it down yet. And for redraft leagues, give me Kyler Murray and Russell Wilson over Trevor Lawrence right now. But
yeah, I'm with you. And the funny thing is, I ran this draft Sunday night, and I don't know if it was this team or not, but I do remember somewhere about the 7th, 8th round, somebody asked me in the chat room, was this redraft or dynasty?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was that team or not.
I assume this is one of our typical one quarterback leagues?
Yeah, one quarterback league.
So this just stuck out to me, too. The same guy who took Trevor Lawrence also took Jalen Hurts relatively early and took Tua. So he went with 3 quarterbacks relatively early.
Yeah.
But, hey, quarterbacks are valuable, so.
Which I can see, but dude, there's no way that – and it's tough for me to say no way in all the years I've been doing this. I've seen every scenario play out, things you would never think would happen. James Robinson last year, it's a perfect example, number 4 running back overall. But there's no way – right? There's no way Trevor Lawrence comes out and outscores Kyler Murray. Is that even possible?
He is a generational prospect. Yeah. Anything's possible, but in redraft, you got to go with proven guys, in my opinion, I think.
I'm with you. Yeah. But that offense does look better and better by the day.
It does.
And I know, man, Urban Meyer takes a lot of flack, man. He has a flashy offense, man. He's always trying to put up points at Ohio State.
Yeah. I think, people are dogging on the whole ETN situation. I think ETN's going to be a dangerous weapon in that hybrid role. I think a lot of it's overblown. They're not converting him into a wide receiver. They're giving him some wide receiver reps at practice and stuff, and they're going to move him around on Sundays, but they're not making him a wide receiver. He's going to play a lot of running back.
Yeah, I'm with you, man, because a lot of guys seem to take that news like it was negative. And I was sitting here like, wait a minute, aren't we all in PPR leagues?
Right. And not really the time and the place to talk about it too much, but also I was listening to Urban Meyer talk about it a little more, and he said, it's rookie mini camp. Why not give him reps wide receiver? He can, take handoffs, run power and zone. He's done it all throughout college, so might as well just run some routes and get to know, learn the offense from a different point of view. So
makes perfect sense to me, man. So another thing sitting here looking, Aaron Rodgers, man, the fall is real, man. I'm scratching my head, and not to keep going back to the Trevor Lawrence pick, but the fact that here we are sitting here, 2021, Trevor Lawrence, rookie season, he's getting drafted ahead of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
This seems a little crazy.
Yeah, another veteran that I think fell a little too far is Matthew Stafford. All the guys who went ahead of him, you can definitely see them all having good years, but I think he's the 13th quarterback off the board, and I feel pretty confident Matthew Stafford can put up a top 10 type season with that offense, with Robert Woods, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Cam Akers. There's even, Jalen Ramsey even recruiting Julio to LA. So, I think the weapons are absolutely there for Matthew Stafford. The arm talent has always been there. I think he's going to have a career year. So
yeah, I'm with you on that. I think the guy right above him, too, another vet that could have got drafted a little bit higher, Tom Brady. I think he's like the 12th quarterback off the board. I feel pretty confident that he'll finish above 12 this year. Yeah. And, I know the cliff's coming, man, but that offense is strapped.
Yeah.
Tom Brady can just flat out ball with that offense, man. I wouldn't be surprised at all. And for sure, I'm taking Tom Brady and Stafford over Jalen Hurts. We'll see how that turns out.
Yeah.
But and I know Hurts has, he can run, so
Yeah.
I mean those points may help him out. But as it stands, I'd much rather have those guys in redraft.
Yeah.
All right, taking a look at the second part of the list here. First thing I'm just going to speak on, speaking on another big fall from grace, Deshaun Watson all the way down to 13.4. I'm not going to hate on it, man. I mean, if it was dynasty, maybe. But I mean, even at third, who knows? I mean, the guy may not play at all this year. I
Right.
do think at 13.4, though,
Worth the risk. Yeah.
it
The
might be
upside.
worth
Yeah, I
throwing a
agree.
dart.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, anybody stick out to you down there?
Honestly, I'll say the last name on the sheet. That's Justin Fields. I mean, I know they say, "Oh, Andy Dalton's our starter," and they can say that now. And Andy Dalton could open the year as the starter for the first few weeks, but I mean, once Justin Fields gets that job, which I think we both expect to be sooner rather than later. I mean, I expect him to put up some relatively serious fantasy points, and I mean, I've never been like all in on Tua. Even Danny Dimes. I mean, I could see him definitely climbing some of these names once he gets the starting job, and we expect him eventually this year to get the starting job. So I think that's very good value to get Justin Fields.
Yeah, and I think one good thing for Justin Fields is he has a quarterback-proof wide receiver.
Yeah.
I mean, to date,
Right.
nobody's
Yeah.
been able to stop Allen
Yeah.
Robinson. I don't see Justin Fields being any worse.
Yeah. No way.
And probably better than most of the quarterbacks he's ever played with.
Sure.
One observation I'm making, only two rookie quarterbacks drafted.
Yeah.
Does that surprise you at all?
It does, because I also am super high on Trey Lance, especially in Dynasty. That situation's a little different because I think Jimmy Garoppolo could and should, take some snaps for a while because I think they're a legit playoff team with Jimmy G. So they could, they could let Trey Lance sit a whole year, and then obviously in redraft that'd be a waste of a pick. But still a little surprised just because the upside is so enticing that you don't see a late round flyer on a Trey Lance.
All right. And then the last guy I'll speak on to, and maybe Julio's out of town.
Yeah.
But if Julio does stay, surprising to see Matt Ryan all the way at 10.12.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And it's the Julio game, and we could play it 1,000 different ways, but I was even thinking, Ryan Tannehill, Carson Wentz, those are two of the destinations you see Julio linked to a lot, in Tennessee or Indy. If Julio goes there, if Julio goes to Tennessee and then Ryan Tannehill, who's always exceeded expectations, is now thrown to A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, how much does that rise Ryan Tannehill's
I mean, at least got to put him in the top 12.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think so too, right, yeah.
I mean, maybe even to the top 10,
Yeah.
I would think. But, I mean, they're still going to run the ball.
Oh, yeah.
A ton.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you made a great point on that, and we'll wrap this show up. But, I mean, when the Titans are running the ball successfully, that clock is ticking, man.
Yep.
And that's the only fallback on that.
Completely agree.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this edition. Thanks so much for watching. If you could, hit the like and subscribe button. Come be a part of the Masters family. Love to have you. Any last words, Dynasty Al?
Thanks for listening.